Now, why do African presidents always visit Great Britain as soon as they become presidents? We've seen the likes of Cyril Ramaphosa, Jacob Zuma, Nelson Mandela, Bola Tinubu, Paul Kagame, Al-Sisi, Robert Mugabe, amongst others. Now, a lot of other leaders do go there as well, but for many of these African leaders, it always looks like it's a pleasure for them to be there, as if it was a childhood dream for them to be sitting there, to be dressed up, and to ride the golden carriage outside of the golden gates. Now, to answer some of these questions, we also visited the Buckingham Palace. So I'm here at the Victoria Memorial, here at the Buckingham Palace, the seat of the British Empire. And the one thing about this place that you cannot deny is how luxurious it is. From gold-plated gates to marvelous sculptures, and finally a winged victory. Now, I wonder where all the wealth and the gold comes from, because I haven't seen a single gold mine here in the UK. So the era of colonialization is long past, but many African leaders and other leaders from around the world still feel that it's significant for them to come here and take a picture with the king. Many people say that it's selling out. We have seen leaders like Bola Tinubu of Nigeria, Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa, even Jacob Zuma and Nelson Mandela. All of them had an opportunity to ride that golden carriage and pass through the golden gate. So what is it about this place? Why does all the leaders feel like it's necessary for them to come here?
The British state that is there represented.
On one side of the argument, one cannot deny that the United Kingdom still have a large amount of influence on these countries. For example, a 2016 report cited that there are 101 companies which are listed on the London Stock Exchange, which have mining operations in 37 sub-Saharan African countries. Now, some of those companies include Anglo-American, Rio Tinto, Glencore, Gemfields, De Beers, amongst others. And they also provide a large amount of employment, profits, and whenever you have a combination of those three, employment, money, and tax, then you have influence. After the end of colonialism, a new association was formed, the Commonwealth of Nations. This grouping brought together countries that were once part of the British Empire, now independent but still connected through history, language, law, and shared institutions. At the top of this association is the British monarch, currently King Charles III, who serves as the head of the Commonwealth. His role is largely symbolic. He doesn't govern the member states or wield executive power over them. Instead, he positions himself as a unifying figure, a symbol of continuity and shared identity across the member countries. So if the British monarch has no direct control, what's the point? Why are they doing it? Here are some interesting facts showing how Britain gets advantage from this arrangement. Many Commonwealth countries share the English language, legal system driven from the British common law, and administrative practices similar to those in the UK. This means that British firms face lower barriers when they do business in those nations. For example, trade costs between Commonwealth members are estimated to be 21% lower than those between non-Commonwealth pairs. Because of that familiarity advantage, British exports to Commonwealth have been hitting record highs. One report said that UK exports to Commonwealth countries reached $31.6 billion in the 12 months to April in one recent year, the highest in 15 years. The Commonwealth also gives the UK access to a large growing market. The bloc collectively represents over 2.4 billion people, which offers British producers and services a large amount of potential. The UK has used its Commonwealth links to push for trade and investment initiatives. For example, in 2019, the UK and South Africa announced an initiative aimed at boosting digital trade across Commonwealth in the goal to raise annual trade amongst those members to $2 trillion by 2030. For Britain, this means jobs, exports growth, and potentially more influence in global trade. As then Prime Minister Boris Johnson put it, Commonwealth offers vast and growing markets for British producers. So in short, the Commonwealth isn't a formal empire anymore, but it represents many of the networks, legal linguistic links, and trading advantages that originally emerged during the colonial era. What Britain loses in formal political control, it recovers in commercial and diplomatic influence, and a special path to growth in many parts of the world. So many people say that leaders come here and that shows that they are bowing down or they are selling out. But as a leader, you need to put aside your emotions when you're leading a country. And the fact of the matter is that even though colonialization has ended, there's still a large amount of ties between the United Kingdom and those African countries and other countries across the world. So there's a lot of trade, there's also a lot of diplomatic relations. So coming here does come with benefits because some of those countries do receive aid from the United Kingdom. So coming here is a good courtesy. But not only that, there's also businesses here that sell in those countries and businesses in those countries that sell here. And that means jobs. So yes, common language and business structure make trade much more smoother. We also have trade advantage. The trade between Commonwealth countries is on average 21% cheaper than those who are not members. We also have market access. The Commonwealth represents over 2.4 billion people, like I said, and a combined GDP of $13 trillion. So that's a large amount of potential to sell in those areas. We also have investment boost, education skills, where over 30,000 students have studied in the UK under the Commonwealth scholarship schemes. We also have aid in development, amongst others. So though it might look like it's them coming here to bow down, but it's also a way to strengthen the relationships between those countries and the United Kingdom. Even though some of the countries in the Western countries are losing their power and their grip, but at this moment in time, those countries do benefit. So that's why some of those countries feel like it's important for them to come here and ride the golden caravan through the golden gates. But as you know, we also have other institutions which are coming together without the British oversight or oversight from those countries in the West. We have BRICS, we have the Shanghai Cooperation, amongst others. So these countries in the Global South are coming together to create their own institutions in which they can run them and they can run them by themselves. But other than that, what do you think? Do you think that those leaders are selling out by coming here? Do you think it's a big deal, or do you think it's just like building relations between two countries? Now comment on the section below, and if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, and I will see you there.